All right, so welcome back here to the Winter Fancy Food Show out of Moscone. And today we, of course, are now breaking down some products. And with me today, I've got Ellona Ferson, which I love. First of all, your name.
Thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
And you guys are doing some very unique things with Napa Hills. And you brought a couple items. We're going to get a chance to talk about them a little bit.
This is my gift to you.
Okay, this is going to be fun. Before we get started on drinking, let's talk a little about the
Cheers,
concept.
it's water.
That's right. Let's talk about the concept of Napa Hills and kind of how you got started.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you very much for this platform, for giving me a chance to speak and advance our education. We're really informants. We want to make the world a healthier place to live. And I'm very passionate about this because, it always comes out of necessity, right? So I was solving my problem, and it ends up, it resonates with many, many customers that are looking for alternatives to carbonated beverages out there.
Yeah, I like that. Now, you guys leading off with what is VitaRes, and I just learned about this when you were talking about it, resveratrol. Resveratrol.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
We're going to get into it, but VitaRes, I like the fact that you gave it a brand name.
Right.
Which is great. But tell me what it is. Let's talk a little about that ingredient and kind of how it's being used. Yep.
Right. So, Paul, what's interesting about the VitaRes is that when I grew up in the oldest wine making region, in the world, I was exposed to the health benefit of wine. I always knew the healing properties of wine are very powerful, but I lost 3 of my relatives to cancer because of excessive alcohol consumption. So I knew there's a detrimental effect of drinking too much. Okay. So I always had an idea, what if I could extract the healthy properties of red wine and infuse them into a refreshing, delicious water beverage that wouldn't taste like wine, wouldn't have any calories or alcohol, and still be delicious.
Yeah.
So my journey began with identifying which wine had the most resveratrol. And so I tested hundreds of wines through an HPLC method, which is the only method that identifies the compound called resveratrol. It's a very expensive test, but we source the wines from winemakers to find out which wine has the most and why.
Yeah, and I loved your story a little bit about how this compound is created by the grape itself.
Right. So
talk to us about that.
So the reason, so why does each wine has different amounts of resveratrol? Well, it depends on the grape varietal, the climate, the soil, how much sun damage did it get, what was the fermentation process, the duration, the winemaking process, right? So during fermentation, when the grape goes through fungus fermenting, it's got yeast and it's got mold basically. It's all self-defense mechanism to create resveratrol to fight that, because every living thing wants to live. And so that resveratrol, when they squeeze the grapes, ends up in a glass of wine. But like I said, it really depends on how the wine was grown and the varietal of how much actually ends up in the wine. So we take that pomace that's left.
So before you get going into that, is it by volume that is the most important, or is there a certain level of quality in the product?
Well, for example, how much sun damage did the grape get when it was grown? How much moisture did it get, right? Was it a dry climate or moist climate?
Okay.
How much fermentation? Was it 4 days fermentation, 7 days, 10 days? All of that goes into account. So we tested hundreds of wines, and I actually created a score called Vineyard Enriched Score.
What was that?
It was a Vineyard Enriched Index that ranked wines based on its antioxidant content.
Okay, all right.
So when you go to a grocery store and you look at the glass canyon of all the wines, instead of choosing it based on label design and price, you could choose it on Vineyard Enriched Index, which wine has most antioxidants.
And that's all based on antioxidants in the wine itself?
That's right.
How does that score, how's it comprised? What's it made up of?
It's comprised of resveratrol. That's the most important polyphenol in the wine, which is cancer preventative, anti-inflammatory, and anti-aging.
Okay.
But the problem is, you don't know which wine has it. And I found through this massive research that I did that some wines don't have any.
Interesting.
Because of their manufacturing process, they just add colorants and they just add flavor. They don't even ferment the wines. So consumers have no idea.
Yeah.
But the problem is you can't say that wine is good for you because of the alcohol content.
Sure.
So which is why we're now developing the water-based product, and we can educate people about the health benefits of wine.
I like it. Okay, so you brought a couple of items here on on set. This
Yep.
one is your peach grigio. So
Yeah, this is a favorite for you. 9
right.
out of 10 guys prefer the peach grigio. It's got peach, pear, and a touch of black pepper.
Okay.
It's great with buttery dishes like pizza, pasta, poultry.
Oh, all right.
It's got a sweet acidic balance that breaks through the butter and refreshes your palate so
Okay.
well that
And this is just an infused water, right?
it's just an infused water.
Okay.
It's fruit-forward water.
It
so
has
it's got,
such a dark color to be just an infusion.
it's infused with fruit, natural fruit flavor. It's got the Vitares that contains the grape skin extract, grape seed extract, and resveratrol. And it's colored with natural colors like
Okay.
purple carrot, right?
Wow.
Or black carrot and
Okay.
things like that. So everything is plant-based in this beverage.
Really tasty too.
So cheers to your health.
Yeah.
This
Cheers.
is cherry rosé. It has
Cheers.
cheers. Cheers is
Now I see
water.
why guys like this. This is really a good taste.
Yeah, so this is a cherry with a lingering pomegranate finish, and it's great with anything pink like shrimp, lobster, salmon, cured ham are all great pairings for
Okay.
this flavor.
All right. All right. So you've created Napa Hills, the water. A little bit about kind of the process. Obviously, having the understanding of the compound and kind of it being your central ingredient for products like this.
With the Vitares, yeah.
With Vitares, what's kind of the future for Napa Hills? What are you guys looking into in terms of product development?
So what makes our product special is the Vitares because you can't just put resveratrol in water. It's not water soluble.
Okay.
We spent 4 years developing the bioavailable blend, which doesn't require alcohol to be uptaken in your body. So you just drink this water, and within 15 minutes, your blood sugar drops. It works that fast.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So this is what's actually the magic sauce behind this.
Okay.
Vitares can be licensed and used in any food or beverage. So we call for any manufacturer out there who wants to be vineyard enriched and be certified by our mark to reach out to us and try it in their yogurts and chocolates.
I was going to say,
and
what kind of
teas.
products? So
Yeah.
there you go.
White
All right.
wine has no resveratrol, so we can infuse white wine with the benefits of
Okay.
red wine.
All right. So in terms of, and as an ingredient, essentially going into products for health benefits, what are some of the other benefits you gain out of the product itself? Obviously, I see here with lowered blood sugar, that's a big
You
deal.
see how old I am? See, it's anti-aging.
Okay.
Okay, so it's anti-aging because it fights the free radical damage, which we get from normal aging process, through environmental pollutants, through food and beverage that we eat and
Right.
drink. So that resveratrol fights the free radical damage. The free radicals are good for us too, but too much of them accelerates premature aging.
Right.
So resveratrol is good for anti-inflammatory properties of wine. And what is that? What does that mean? So if you're a meat eater, for example,
Yep.
the meat creates inflammation in your body. Your body starts fighting that sort of meat aftermath. And by the time your body fought it off, it's lunchtime. So I would recommend to drink it with Napa Hills. So
Okay.
it kind of keeps your inflammation at bay. You feel better. It improves your metabolism, heart function,
I like it.
circulation, and anti-aging.
Yeah. So when you look at products like this, we've seen a very significant trend in the Healthy Halo category of both restaurants, a lot of the products you see here at the
Yeah.
Specialty Food Show. Healthy Halo brands are really kind of becoming the thing, much like what you guys are doing here.
Plant-based.
Do you
yeah.
see this product being something that could be incorporated into food service? So like restaurant operations, obviously this could be a grab and go product in Starbucks or somewhere like that
Yeah,
easily,
absolutely.
but other areas that this could be utilized in terms
Paul,
of restaurants?
I want to see it everywhere because it's such a great product. And you know, I'm getting bored. I'm a sophisticated diner. I dine out all the time, but I am bored with Pellegrino.
Right.
And there's no water menu. I mean,
Right.
I want to disrupt the water menu and make it more fun. We have lemon Chardonnay. We have
Mm-hmm.
Pinot Berry. Kids, our youngest customer is 4 years old. What do they drink? They drink sugar-loaded juices.
Exactly.
Or
Yeah.
boring or caffeine-loaded, teas.
You're right. You can only have so many bottled water products, and even the bottled water products
Yeah.
that are out there, the limitations are fairly,
The shelf is
narrow.
so limited. I agree. So there is no sophisticated and interesting enough fun brand that we can offer at food service
Yeah.
for people to resonate with.
Yeah.
And Napa Hills appeals to such a wide demographic. Breastfeeding moms, pregnant moms, children, diabetics love this product. There's no sugar, there's no
Yeah.
calories. and there is no alcohol.
Any other packaging option other than what you have here in the single serve?
Yeah, so this is our first line of products in
Okay.
a PET bottle, which is half a liter
All right.
still, so there's no carbonation.
Okay.
By the way, carbonation
Not good.
neutralizes your stomach acid, so your nutrition when you eat it with food doesn't really absorb by your body. You don't have enough strong of an acid.
Right.
So what I recommend is put off your carbonation drinks for after dinner, but
Okay.
during dinner, Napa Hills.
Ah, okay.
The flat beverages are not going to disturb your acid levels, and you're going to absorb your nutrition much more efficiently.
I could see this in like a large glass, like aquapana type bottle,
Right.
and
Thanks for bringing me back to that point.
that's brought to the table,
Yeah.
served as, would you like?
$7.50.
Exactly, yes.
I love that. So
Yeah.
good for mentioning that. We are launching a glass 12 ounce
Okay,
and
all right.
$7.50 in 2019.
Ah, okay.
So if anyone who is interested in carrying
There
our
you go.
glass
Yeah.
sparkling,
And
please
how many
reach out.
flavors will it be, these two?
Just these two. These are our
Okay.
top sellers.
All right.
So cherry rosé and peach grigio are our number 1 and 2 sellers.
Perfect.
Trending on Amazon, we're a hit. And then the lemon chardonnay and pinot berry, we're still kind of tinkering with it. So once we finalize those 2 flavors, we'll introduce those in glass as well.
I like it. Okay. All right. So we've talked a little bit about the food itself.
Yeah.
Going into
How do you like the flavors, by the way?
This is a good one. I like it.
Do you want to try this one?
Oh,
Let me know what you like better.
This one I could smell this
Cherry.
one.
Smell
It has that a little bit more of a Kool-Aid.
Okay, drink it.
It's got that. I can see why the guys don't like this one.
Okay,
This is a
see,
girl's drink.
I love this because it's more delicate for me. It's more sophisticated.
All right.
This is oaky,
This is a good one.
nutty.
I like it.
Keep
All right.
that one.
All right, so the future for you guys is to be a provider of the ingredient, the compound itself, try to get it into more products,
Would love to.
potentially some new packaging.
That's right. So we'd love to create a vineyard and rich category. We're establishing it now. Anybody who wants to play and be certified vineyard and rich,
Yep.
these licensed Arvida will be happy to
Yeah.
infuse more products with this incredible superfood.
Perfect. I love it. All right, so how do people get a hold of you guys? What's the process? Website, social media?
NapaHills.com,
Okay.
NapaHills.com. We are at Instagram at Napa Hills, Facebook at Drink Napa Hills.
All right.
And we respond to all inquiries. We really want to change the world for the better.
All right.
And the more people participate, the faster we can do it.
Well, I like it. I like the fact that you guys have approached it from really a health benefits standpoint, which I think a lot of manufacturers today are starting to understand. The demand of the consumer is changing so much, and
trend.
especially the last 5 years, we've seen a huge shift in the Better For You product line. So
Especially
good for you.
non-alcoholic. Did you know, Paul, that 1 in every 5 millennials are teetotalers? They're non-drinkers.
Really?
It's a tsunami that's about to crash on this beach.
Ah.
So we're prepared for that. There's a lot of health conscious people who are seeking better for you beverage alternatives.
I'm sure
that are
that
non-alcoholic.
I'm sure a big beverage company will come knocking on your door soon
I hope
enough.
so. We need investors, so please do.
Ellona, it's been great having you on the show today.
Thank you, Paul.
Thanks
It's
for
my
stopping in.
pleasure. Thanks for
Absolutely.
having me.
All right, so for you guys checking out more of the products right here from the Winter Fancy Food Show, make sure and check us out on more episodes. I can't wait to try some more products just like this one
Yeah.
from Napa Hills.
Cheers. It's water.
We'll catch you next time.
All right.